quickly a story of how did I end up in Australia. I always imagined myself in Mexico. Like I never thought that I would be living anywhere else. I had about the name of my kids. I picked already the house that I was gonna live in. Obviously the people that lived there didn't know that I picked already their house. But anyway, so I had my life planned. Little did I know that God had another plans for me. So what happened was that I had a little bit of like a crisis about my at uni. Like I just didn't feel that what I was studying was the right thing for me, and I don't know, I wasn't that happy with my where I was going. So my mom saw that obviously, and she sent me to Spain with my family that they were living there, and she said just go there, fresh air. Yes, and I went there, and while I was there, obviously they treated me super nice, and we traveled a little bit around Spain and Portugal, and I had the best time. I had the best time with my younger cousins. They're like my sisters, and I loved it. I was gonna go back to Mexico with other cousins that they were actually traveling in Europe, doing the whole Europe, and we were gonna meet in England for a week, or two, I can't remember, and we were gonna go back to Mexico together, and that was the plan, and it sounded amazing, and I had the best time in those weeks in England with them. And we went to a club, and we met, I saw the most beautiful man I have ever put eyes on. Like he was just gorgeous, and they saw him and they were like, yeah, he's cute, hey, ooh. But nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened, because I don't know, I'm a shy girl. And then it was time to go back to Mexico, and my other cousin said to me, if I find a job for you, would you stay? And I mean, that sounds simple, but for me, I was this daughter that would do everything that her mom would tell her. My mom and my dad were very, very strict with me, and I will always try. I was scared of my mom. I will always try to please her. I always try to please everybody. My mom, my friends, and most of the time they were opposite things that they wanted. So I always ended up doing the wrong thing for one or for the other one. And so this time, I mean, saying yes to that proposal was a big thing. But I said yes, because I wasn't right. My head wasn't quite in going back to uni, and it wasn't there. So I said, you know what? I think for the first time, I need this time to see who I am, who I really am, without people telling me what to do and what's right and what is wrong. I just want to please myself for the first time ever. And obviously she got a job and as a nanny for me, and I said goodbye to my cousin, and she went back to Mexico without me, and that was a massive thing. You have no idea. I think my mom still in shock about that one. No, she's not. But it was also a good decision, because it gave me skills, it gave me a little bit of independence, and it gave me a little bit of I learned to earn money, and that was the first. I've never ever worked, so it gave me a lot of independence and a lot of courage, and I became a little bit braver, and for sure it changed me. And I started some drama school in there, and it was really good. And so that I went back to that club where I saw this gorgeous man, and I was with a friend, and she went, go and say hi, and I'm like, no, I don't do that. just do it. So I thought, oh, you know what? I'm in another country, nobody knows me, why not? And I went there and I say hi to this person, and oh, it was fun. We had lots of fun, and yes, of course, we kissed. And Mom, don't watch this, but he asked for my number, and then my friend said, don't worry if he doesn't call you, just take it as a fun thing that happened, a fun story that you're gonna tell your friends when you get back to Mexico. And I was happy with that. I didn't expect anything from that night out. And he called me the next day, and he wanted to meet with me, and he wanted to go for a date, a proper date. And we went to park, and we went to beautiful places in London, and he showed me here and she showed me there, and we had just the best time. So we dated for like probably 6 months, and then suddenly I just had to go back to Mexico. I just had to deal with all the things that I didn't finish there. I just couldn't just I had to deal with those things. So obviously my mom had a lot of influence in that decision, and so I went back to Mexico, and we kept being boyfriend and girlfriend, and it was hard. Long distance relationships are really hard, and but we managed. I mean, he went 2 or 3 times to visit me in Mexico, and then we just decided that we were gonna get married. But I've never been in Australia. I've never been, so I didn't even know what Australia looked like. You have these pictures of Australia and a massive land, and then just kangaroos jump in, and I thought, oh, do I really want that? I don't know. So I said, you know what? I went back to my uni, so I was studying again, same marketing. I wasn't that pleased, but anyway, I was studying that, and there was an opportunity in my university to go for an exchange, to go to Australia for a whole semester, and I took it. I thought, this is it. This is my chance to go to Australia, check it out. If I like it, good, and go back to Mexico and get married, and then finally we'll live in Australia. And if I don't like Australia, we can actually live in Mexico. I don't think my husband will last a year living in Mexico City, but that was the plan, and it looked amazing, and it was so lovely. So I came to Australia studying and in still marketing and in the university there, and I never went back. Sorry, Mom. I never went back. I went back after to get married in the church, because I got married here by law. I had a big, massive party with a few Australians that went there to the wedding. They thought it was the best wedding they've ever seen, because it's just a big party. Like, we just party, and they love it. And I had 3 kids. I have 3 kids now, and yes, I see Australia as my home now. And it's a little bit hard because I do love Mexico, and I feel I'm still 100% Mexican, but I live in Australia, so I have to adapt. So I have to, obviously I nationalized, and that was a hard one. I thought I was betraying my country, and it took me years to become Australian, because I don't know, I thought I was actually seriously betraying my country by having 2 nationalities. But now I am, and it gave me rights, and I'm happy with the decision, and I love Australia, and they've been amazing. The people here is great, and they welcome me, and they love Mexicans, so it's good. And that's my little story. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you later. Bye.